Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Duke CT, back with you once again. And tonight, I am going to review the WWE Royal Rumble as it is the start of WrestleMania. And let me tell you something. There were some things here that I liked, things I didn't like, and things that I honestly think that is things that just kind of bother me a bit. So with that being said, let's take a look at the Royal Rumble. First up, no, I'm not talking about the women's tag team championship match, as it was on the pre-show, and the pre-show I don't care. And if you want to know, Nia Jax and Baszler won the tag belts again. Hooray. Anyway, let's get into the main show. Let's get into it. As it is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. As it is the champion Drew McIntyre taking on the WWE Hall of Famer, WCW legend, Goldberg. And let me tell you that the action was fast and furious in this match, as you had Drew McIntyre, before the bell rung, hit the Glasgow kiss on Goldberg, speared him, and thought it was going to be done, but no. Goldberg came back and speared McIntyre through the barricade, and you think that was done. In fact, he kicked out of that, and afterwards, Goldberg had two more spears and a jackhammer, and then 1, 2, boom, McIntyre kicked out. And McIntyre came back with a couple of claymores and picked up the victory as he retains his WWE Championship match. Well, it's a Goldberg match. It is what it is. Personally, I think his best one was him against DDP. But if I want to do modern Goldberg, the best modern Goldberg was him versus Lesnar, for the all red everything belt back in that couple years ago at WrestleMania. Remember they had crowds? That was fun. Anyway, moving on, we get to our next match, the SmackDown Women's Championship. As it is Carmella, the #1 contender, taking on Sasha Banks, the champion. And, well, this match was an interesting thing. You had some, I thought the match was going to end early with the, Sasha with the Banks statement first. But, no, they kept going back and forth, some decent chemistry. And I like the fact that Reginald, the brother, gets like a head, catches Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks gets into a head scissors and slaps him, and then he gets ejected. Because, of course he would. It makes sense. And then Carmella comes in, dives, and just face plants right on the mat. I mean, Sasha, caught her, but her face just went plop right there. I'm like, ooh, not a good look. But Carmella's fine. And they both, they recovered. But at the end of the day, Sasha wins and retains her SmackDown Championship. I give it if I was to give it stars, they're like 4.5, 2.5 out of 5. Maybe a 2.5 star match. It's decent. They tried really hard. Both ladies tried really hard. Somewhat good chemistry, but that face plant kind of killed it. And then, I believe we had that Bad Bunny thing with Booker T just standing there like a mannequin with his old G.I. Bro outfit from WCW. Yeah, that was the thing. And we move on. Next up is the Women's Royal Rumble match. Say that 3 times fast. The WWE Women's Royal Rumble match. And I have to say, this was honestly, I would say this is my second match of the night. As, let me tell you, this is probably one of the best Royal Rumbles I've seen in a good long while. You had some legends. You had, and I honestly got to shout out to Billie Kay. because Billie Kay was just trying to use. She legitimately had like her like 8x10s, and it's like having like a resume saying we can team up, come on, we can team up, and they say no. I think Sashi Blackheart. She got like her cannon got blasted. Like nope, and then she went back to commentary. Then she came back and she talked to other superstars. They said no, and then Billie Kay finally got Jillian Hall. Says like Billy and Jillian, they went there and she tried to do all the tag team, like all of her partners. You had the Riot Squad. They all Jillian. They all fighting like she's trying to be the peacemaker. And then you had Paint War saying like icon. They had a bit of an icon reunion, and Red Riot like the Riot Squad like Ruby Riot looks over to her and she's like icon. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be partners. But Billie Kay was a MVP moment. She was MVP of this match. She was one of the MVPs of this match. She did some really good stuff. The return of Lana. She eliminated Nia Jax, which was cool. You had Alexa Bliss, she was going to have. She was taking out everybody, and then she was about to turn to the Miss Fiend, and then Rhea Ripley just says nope. Tossed her out of the ring. Smart. And then Alicia Fox came in and won the 24/7 championship because, of course, she did. And honestly, she was amazing. She's great. I thought she was going to eliminate more people, but no, she didn't. And of course, Truth won it back. But overall, though, this was a fun Royal Rumble. But also, shout out to Rhea Ripley and the winner of it. Bianca Belair, who started it. She was number 3. She won both ladies. I didn't know which one. I honestly wouldn't have mattered either or. But Bianca Belair winning it was emotional, and I loved the promo. It was great, and it was a way to really just, I'm like, man, that was really great. And the show should have ended there. I wouldn't be mad at that because, man, the ladies of the WWE brought it there. And I'm like, yes, this is brilliant. I love it. Good stuff. Recommend it. 4 stars. This is great. This is really good. Speaking of this, the Universal Championship match. It was really fun. I had very low expectations for this match, but man, they really went all out. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns really went. Yeah. They really went out, and they had, they tumbled out to table spot, and of course the golf cart, which everyone on Twitter is now tagging AEW and Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy. It was lovely and everything else. It was cool stuff. And yet, Kevin Owens walked back up. And then using the forklift, of course he is, done a swanton bomb, taking him out, Roman out, and I think Roman and them had some good chemistry, and they actually thought I was going to win. I thought they were going to win and have the I thought they were going to have Kevin win, especially with the 10 count with him, Roman handcuffed down to the lower part of the thing. Like, okay, he's going to get that 10. Like, wow, they're going to have Kevin Owens win here? That's interesting. I honestly thought Jey Uso was going to come in with a super kick or whatever, but no. And, it was like 10, 8, 9. And then Roman pulled him down, knocked him out, and then Roman just hit him with a ball, hits him with the, Kevin Owens with the nut shot. He's down while Paul Heyman with the keys tries to unlock and fiddles with it. And then took a little bit longer, but the handcuffs finally came off. And then after a guillotine choke, Kevin loses and Roman wins. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, where's Miz? I'm seriously thinking the Miz should came out and decked Roman, because Roman was out. and just would have had him pit him 1, 2, 3 for the Universal Championship right there. What's the point of having that type of title? What's the point? And you know what? Of having Money in the Bank and just having him just do nothing with it. He can go after both championships. Why is he concentrating for the Raw one? You know, if it was the Raw Money in the Bank, I'm like, I would get it. But it's for both championships. Why is the Miz? That would have been great. And heck, if you want to have something really cool, have Miz and Daniel Bryan fight out at WrestleMania. Have that feud. Have it finally come together. You know, Miz brought Daniel Bryan into the WWE. Why not have him say, I brought you in WWE and I'm gonna kick you out after him, you know, Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble or whatever. It would actually fit the story, you know? A way of actually ending it on a positive note. Daniel Bryan and Miz. Really good stuff. I think it'll be something people will like to see. Daniel Bryan, Miz, you know, it would actually fit perfectly. Instead of just having Roman lie there, look like he's falling asleep, and Paul Heyman holding the title, I'm like, yeah. But, you know. Then we get to the end of the show, the main event, the men's Royal Rumble. And this just, I don't know. I felt like it was dragging a bit. I liked Randy Orton and Edge's feud. They kept going. Edge hits Randy with a chair, and then that takes Randy out. I'm like, hold up. This is the same show that had like all this crazy stuff that happened in the Last Man Standing match, the previous match. And then this takes out Randy Orton. I mean, come on. Have them be both brawl, and then just like, you know, Randy Orton just like, you'll get like superplexed to like a table or something. I would believe that or whatever. That makes sense. And also, Randy Orton is 100%, his face is all 100% healed up after getting his face blown up by the Fiend, by Alexa Fiend. Whatever. But yeah, this was a lot of old faces. You had Christian, you got AJ Styles, two former NWA World Champions, Daniel Bryan, which funny enough is an interesting tidbit I mentioned on my Twitter. Daniel Bryan won the Ring of Honor World Championship and never won the NWA title, while AJ Styles won the NWA World title and never won the Ring of Honor Championship, which is just odd. I don't know. Just odd. But yeah, it was a very lackluster show. I felt lackluster Royal Rumble other than the ladies, because it looked like the ladies are having a younger talent go to actually do something with the main event, which looks to be interesting. Sasha versus Belair would be really cool. I like that. Belair versus Asuka would be pretty nice as well. But I think it could be really, I think that what we have is pretty sad that you have Edge. And I don't want to try. Hey, Edge winning, a lot of people seem to be happy with it. I think that's a fun thing. Hey, if you're happy for Edge, I think it's good. But it's telling that the youngest guy in the match, Dominic Mysterio, only got one elimination, Corbin, and that was it. He just didn't do anything. The youth movement in WWE, I mean, when Damian Priest, they're saying this next young up-and-comer of NXT, Damian Priest, he's 38 years old. What does that tell you about WWE, man? The main event scene is just bottlenecked with old guys and guys who are just, you know, are not going to be there for a while. You know, like, they are just there for the main event, but they're old, but they're not going to be there for a long time. And now the young guys in the raiding in the wings. In fact, Mustafa Ali is like, he's 35, saying, we're the next generation. Why are you doing? I mean, he's 35. Mustafa Ali is 35 saying this. What does that tell you, W? You have to get like this old to actually finally get the push. So maybe if Ali waited like two or three more years, maybe W will finally give him that push he deserves. Say hello to the old guys in WWE, and it's a shame because there's so much young talent there, so much talent right there. I don't care if you're 35, 34, but it's just that TV age, man. It's just... It's a lot of old people WWE in that main event scene, and that needs to change. And I really hope, by at least SummerSlam. I'm hoping by SummerSlam, WWE will finally have that change and have that youth movement, not just in the women's division, but in the men's division, because they have signed young talent. They do have young talent. But when are they going to actually start producing them in meaningful roles? Because again, AEW, they have the young talent and they're putting them in high-profile matches and feuds. And that's why bringing them in the audience, and that's bringing the youth audience. Well, WWE is locked down that 55-plus demo, and they seem to be okay with that. Well, I hope things change, because if they don't, well, that 50-plus demo is not going to get you you have that 50-plus demo, WWE, and hope you're happy. That's why your streaming service is only getting 1 million people in the United States. Yeah. The young are not buying this. It's the old heads like me. And honestly, and that's a shame. Anyway, that's it for me. I think this Royal Rumble was fine. I give it like, 2 out of 4 stars. Mediocre. Something I might not go watch ever again. By the way, Bad Bunny did a spot that was actually a crossbody that was better than Snoop Dogg's top rope. That was fine. So I don't know. I just don't care. I don't care about Bad Bunny, but he gets people, young people watching. So maybe that 18 and 34 demo, maybe they'll finally watch. Or maybe not. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. It's Duke CT here. Peace and love. I'll see you when I see y'all later.